committee, along with my co-chair, Rachel, who is also on this call, and she'll be wrapping up the call. I'm going to ask that everybody hold their questions till the very end of the meeting. We know that we're going to cover a lot of material, so some of those questions might be answered, they might not. So we'll open up at the very end of this call for questions and answers. And I just want to thank you all so much for your time today. It's so important to us that you're here and that you get to learn more about this amazing association that we all love so much, Valentine's Day. So yeah, thank you guys again so much for being here. And I'm going to pass the mic off to Amanda Smith, and she is the Deputy Director of the National Association of Elevator Contractors. So take it away, Amanda.
Thank you, Charlie. And hello, everyone, and happy Day of Love. As Charlie mentioned, I am NAEC's Deputy Director and Chief Operating Officer, and it is a pleasure to be here and represent our NAEC staff. The NAEC headquarters has 9 full-time dedicated staff members, and each one of us look forward to meeting you this year. It's a very special year for NAEC, and we are celebrating our 75th anniversary. And this year, we're reflecting on the dedication and the love that our members and volunteers have given us over the years to make us such a great organization. And we're happy to have new members to further us through the future, and additionally with upcoming events. Please be sure to join us in April at the NAEC Education Conference, as well as the Next Gen Retreat, which is in Florida. Additionally, we'll have the annual convention, which is a United convention in Atlantic City in September. But please, shoot us an email, a note, and we look forward to meeting everyone and working with everyone this year. And I get the wonderful pleasure of introducing our NAEC President, Sean Madden.
Thank you, Amanda. Sorry I had to find the mute button there. Appreciate the intro. Welcome, everybody. I'm glad you're able to join. Such exciting. NAEC is doing some really amazing things. Quick background on me. I came up in the elevator industry, spent about a third of my career in the field, spent the next third in management, and owned my own business for the last third and sold it recently. So kind of a fun progression, and have the opportunity to be president of our National Association of Elevator Contractors. I was fortunate back in my early days when I came into supervision and management that I had a boss and became my mentor that actually took me under his wing and taught me what NAC had to offer. And, a lot of people may not get that opportunity, but he helped me see the value, the relationships that you can build with the vendors, with even competitors in your same market, even sometimes competitors in your same town. And, we're all out here. We're a very small niche industry. And I believe we're all out here, trying to make the ride in public safe and make sure that they have good, dependable elevators. And NAEC has a lot of benefits. Sometimes we forget all the huge benefits they have. I mean, education is a big piece of the puzzle. The CET program, the CAT program, VTMP, they also have QEI now. So if you're not familiar with these programs, I encourage you to look at the website, learn more about them. You're welcome to contact any of us. We'd be glad to talk to you about them. We love talking about this stuff. And probably the biggest benefit that I ever got from NAC is a little quick story. So I had a situation where, and I tell this story a lot, but it's really a huge story. I had a situation where I had an elevator that we were putting in, and the manufacturer of the cab said they were going to have the cab done in a certain amount of time. And it was a very special cab. It was a very special client. And I was talking about him with my operations manager standing in line at the elevator convention to go get some food. And somebody overheard this that I didn't even know. And they started telling me, like, are you talking about this person, this vendor? I said, yeah. And he's like, they're not doing anything for you. You need to get out of that situation. Started telling me a little bit about it. And actually helped me through that situation. That vendor was not doing anything but taking my money and not building anything. And we ended up working out he helped me solve that problem very quickly. But I would have never had any of that situation happen had it not been for that opportunity of being standing there. And one of the things I've learned, NAC and all the people on this call, we're all in this doing the same thing and striving for the same thing. And you get these relationships and you really help and support each other. So can't say enough about how many great things NAC has to offer. And I hope that you all, the new potential members, have an opportunity to dive into some of the website, to call out, reach out to some of us, and we'd be glad to talk more about it. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Bruce Nelson. He is the Vice President of Strategic Initiatives at SciTech. Bruce, are you there?
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, I'm excited to be able to represent new members. Not only is high tech new to the NAEC, but we're actually new to the elevator industry. So coming into a new industry for a 40-year-old company that's pretty strong in what we do, it's not exciting, but we do circuit board repairs. So coming into it, we were a little nervous on, how would we be received? We had heard great things about the industry. We'd done our research that this could be a good addition to our portfolio. So when we joined the NAEC, for anyone that's thinking about it, I can't say enough about first the staff themselves, the people that you get to work with, from Renee, Danielle, Amanda, you down the list. I wouldn't leave anyone out, but just so welcoming and making you feel like a part of the team right away. But Sean mentioned it, the members themselves being a part of the group. We've done actually counting spring, 3 different conferences and groups. And then outside of that, just the conference calls and the welcoming that you get, like you said, from competitors, people that are doing the same thing, and just how they take in kind of with open arms, share things about the industry, kind of like Sean said, some people to watch out for this way, that way, and who all the great people are. And we're barely 2 years in, and I can tell you, we feel like we're already part of the family. I think I felt like that in the first 2 weeks. So as a new member and an advocate for that, I would say, it's well worth the shot to join and see. But I think you'll find that it's a not only a great experience, but I'll even share from a business standpoint, it's very good from an ROI. I know from what we have done that had we not joined the NAEC, we wouldn't be a tenth of the way down the road that we are now. And again, I feel like that we have become a part of that team. So with that, if there's any questions at the end, I definitely, for anyone thinking about joining or being a new member, I definitely would answer questions for that. So I'm going to pass it on to another member, to John Dodds at Kencor, and he's going to tell you about member services benefits.
Thanks, Bruce. Appreciate that, and that's a good story. I'm glad you're, getting the benefit out of the association. For those of you who don't know me, my name's John Dodds. I'm the president with Kencor Elevator, also the chairman of the NAEC Member Services Committee. Member Services Committee recommends, various services and benefits that we think we should be offering to our members, to the board of directors. And then, we continuously analyze existing services, help with surveys, evaluation of surveys, establishing the directory, mainline surveys, et cetera. But probably one of the biggest things that we've been doing over the last few years is the all-member town hall series. Town hall series we put on once per quarter with a different topic each quarter. Next one is scheduled for Tuesday, March 12th at 2 p.m. Eastern time. It's available not only to members, but to anyone who wishes to join. All of our past events, we've done, I believe, 12 to date. They are available on the NAEC website, and you can go back and watch them if you wish. But what I really wanted to take my time to speak about, and it's a little bit about what Sean was mentioning, is what I think is actually most valuable to being a member and being a part of the group, and it's relationships. And I've been involved with the NAEC probably over 15 years. I've been on the certification board, various other committees, board of directors. I was involved with getting QEI launched. And And I've given a fair amount of time to the association, but I know that I've gotten way more back than I've ever given, or that I ever could give. So I just really do encourage anyone that's interested to find a way to get involved, whether that's getting involved at committee level or just showing up at the Spring Educational Conference convention. I promise you that, you know, if you get involved, you're gonna be very, very happy. So, you know, with that, I'm gonna pass it over to our next speaker. I want to introduce Melanie Tolliver with the Hopkins Group, who's going to talk a little bit about HR services.
I think I was on mute there. Yes. Yes, so a lot of you may not know that as part of NAEC members, you have NAEC for many years. And through that partnership, you know, we've been able to assist businesses like yours with becoming more productive employers for your employees. And the services that we're able to offer you, you know, range anywhere from recruitment to hiring. We can help you with employee relations issues, training and development, market studies, templates, if you need forms and templates, or just general questions on what's necessary to onboard an employee, job descriptions, things like that. We're able to help you with that. Currently, you know, we're working with NAEC to have a direct link from NAEC to our website, so you can quickly access our resources. But I wanted to share that with you, and I'm glad that, you know, we have an opportunity and to speak with you, but just wanted to let you know, as part of your membership services or benefit, you do have access to those resources as well.
I think I am, yeah, I think I'll jump in next. I'm next on the agenda. My name is Bill Page. I am with Bruno. We are actually a manufacturer of accessibility equipment located here in Wisconsin. So just a little bit, we're going to get into a little bit more of the committee level stuff here. So I'm current chairman of the Residential Accessibility Committee, and want to talk about that a little bit. We have a lot of members who are not just elevator contractors, but do some other equipment. And NAEC has a separate category, well, not a separate category, but in part of the organization that is for residential and accessibility equipment. So I think it's first off, just to define that category for you and what we do and how NAEC supports this segment of the business is when we talk about accessibility residential equipment, what exactly is it? So we're not talking about high-rise, high-speed elevators or escalators, but as the name suggests, we're working on residential equipment and for commercial accessibility needs, typically applications where elevators are not feasible. So specifically, what is the equipment? It's defined best by the codes, the ASME codes that we follow. There is a section in ASME that's A18-1 that includes stairway chair lifts or stair lifts, vertical and inclined platform lifts, so the wheelchair porch lift type applications, along with A17 section 5, which is for specifically residential elevators. To go on top of the code side of it, NAEC has further defined accessibility equipment by having a CAT or Certified Accessibility Technician Licensing Program, certification program. And this is really important within our industry. And it's important to note it's separate than NAEC's CET program, which is their Certified Elevator Technician, obviously specifically for elevator technicians. So the industry, along with NAEC, has defined residential accessibility equipment kind of as its own category when it comes to license and approvals of the equipment. So how does that relate to this equipment? How does it relate into NAEC? So as Bruno and I think most of the accessibility residential, the manufacturers, the contractors, we would consider the support we have received from NAEC very important to the overall growth of the accessibility residential industry. As I mentioned above, one of the biggest things is the CAT program. This is a critical part of our work that we do with local state jurisdictions on proper licensing, training programs, and it is designed specifically for accessibility residential technician. A couple other examples, really recognizing accessibility residential members and those that do that type of equipment is NAEC has given us, the contractors and the manufacturers, as I say, a seat at the table. And I'd like to just give a couple of examples of that. NAEC Accessibility Residential Committee was formed several years ago. So we have our own committee within NAEC, and we're able to focus on issues brought forward by the contractors and suppliers specific to this equipment. One example is a few years ago, we created a safety video around residential elevators. It had to do with proper running clearances of residential equipment. And that can be found on NAEC's website today. And really, without NAEC, this video would most likely never have happened. And it certainly wouldn't have the credibility that it has within the industry if it was made or distributed by a manufacturer or some other source. NAEC has that credibility where we can make that video and distribute it. Also, it's important to note, if you are a residential contractor, that there are currently positions on the board that are held by accessibility residential members. So again, as I call it, we have a seat at the table to get our issues out in front of the whole NAEC membership. A couple other things from Bruno's perspective as an accessibility residential supplier manufacturer. There's one show that we attend that we actually show our products nationally or in North America. That convention is the NAEC Fall Convention. We continue to find extraordinary value in participating, not only on the NAEC committees, but attending both the spring conference and of course the fall convention, really to bring new products to the market, for the educational opportunities, including the CEU opportunities if you have technicians that need their CEUs. But as some of the other people have mentioned, really it's about the networking, a networking not only within the accessibility residential industry, but with the entire NAEC membership. That obviously is value number one. I can't speak for all the accessibility residential manufacturers or contractors, but certainly the indications are that our industry is very strong. We're in a very good place, and we're going to continue to grow based on the opportunities that we have. But of course, an important part of the success is having a great association like NAEC to bring us together. In my last line, I have to say is this is from NAEC staff made me do this one. These are just a few reasons Bruno and the AR industry loves the NAEC. And with that said, I will hand it over to Dennis Lauder from Jersey Elevator. And he's going to talk a little bit about certifications.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dennis Lauder from Jersey Elevator. If you've never met me before, it's an honor to be here. To wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day. I am president of Jersey Elevator. I've been with Jersey Elevator for 27 years, and I am the certification board chairman. Certification board basically reviews, applications that come in to take your test for whether it be CAT, CET, or QEI. 3 great programs. We personally here at Jersey Elevator don't know where we would be without the CET program. And I'm sure there's a lot of shops out there that are in the same ball game as us. It is our way to educate, to have a program for education and to bring our helpers or new guys or apprentices up to being in mechanic status, and allows them to get their license in, I believe, most states at this point. It's a great program to have. If you're not involved in it as a private shop, you definitely need to get involved in it. It's the only way really to move forward in this industry for the smaller guys like us. Great, I can't say enough about it. Great program. as Bill had mentioned, the spring conference and the fall conference, they continuing education there is just a key to get your mechanics or anybody have out to these shows, and they get to see the products, mingle with people, the networking. It just great. I can't tell you how many times just some people on this call, John Dodds, Matt Yellen, have helped me out and in many situations, and my door is always open to help anyone out. Organization that way is just there's no price value on it. So if you're thinking about joining, I can't express enough what a great organization, what a great bunch of people to be with. Our CERT board's made up of 7 people. It's a 3-year term. We're always looking for volunteers to come up when people are coming off. So if it's something you'd be interested, we ask you, reach out, and we'd be more than happy to get some new members as people roll off. And we're looking for people who have a lot of knowledge in the industry to just keep this going forward. With that said, I don't know what else I can cover. I think everyone else covered the other things I had to mention, so I don't want to repeat myself. So I will pass this on to Kelly Oberhart from Kone with another awesome group, Women in Motion.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Kelly Oberhart. I'm from Kone Spares, and I'm sitting as chair for Women in Motion. Thanks to many great women and allies before me and currently surrounding me, we are excited to be an officially NAEC sponsor group who is excited to share that we have 246 current members and growing. The committee recently had the privilege of writing the Women in Motion mission statement, which I thought this would be a great opportunity to share with you today. So Women in Motion's mission is to create an inclusive, influential, and dynamic community within the vertical transportation industry that champions education, networking, and mentorship. While founded by a group of inspiring women, our commitment extends to allies who share our vision of equality and mutual support. So how do we plan on doing this? Well, the committee is working on building its membership and visibility within our newly created LinkedIn page, which we can probably drop in the chat for anyone who would like to join. The next steps are actively promoting and reaching out to membership to share events where we're able to network and connect. So hosting events and meetings during NAEC conferences, and potentially a virtual meetup that we're working on for 2024. So for example, Women in Motion will have the opportunity to connect 3 times coming up in April, once during Elevator Conference of New York at ECNY, and twice during NAEC's Spring Educational Conference. One opportunity for a networking and report out meeting, and then another for a roundtable event that is open to all NAEC members, discussing some key topics from workplace culture and customer loyalty to women's PPE and adapting to changing trends. So during those report out sessions and throughout the year, the committee is going to rely on feedback from our membership to make sure that the output and actions are in line with our expectations and value that the Women in Motion group intends to provide. But we need you and your voices to continue with this positive momentum. Women in Motion is very, very excited to be a part of NAEC and looking forward to growing our membership and meeting new faces. So if you or anyone on your team is interested in networking and connecting within Women in Motion, we really can't wait to meet you and encourage you to connect with membership development or membership services. Lori Walking, myself, will get you signed up. So with that, I am pleased to introduce John Mezzo from Dynasty Elevator, who's going to share another great way to engage and participate as part of NAEC.
Thank you, Kelly. And hello, everybody. I'm John Mezzo. I'm the president and owner of Dynasty Elevator. We are a full-service elevator contractor located in the New York area. We currently service New York, Westchester, Baltimore, Delaware, and Long Island. So we're ever growing. We've been around for about 5 years now. A big part of our success, I think, has been being involved with the NAEC. I think the networking you get to do, the people you get to meet. Every time I go to one of these conventions, it's seeing tons of people from all over the country that I know and have developed friendships with over the years. And you don't get to see every day. So that's just kind of an added bonus. But the reach and everything they do for the industry, I think, is fantastic. I'm happy to say that I'm the chairman of the Next Generation Group, which is a subcommittee that we've got to develop, train, and motivate the next level of energy elevator professionals. Try to keep everybody motivated, try to keep them to stay with the industry. I'm very proud to be a part of that. Kind of selfishly, as it's a way for me to look for people to hire, but it is a great way of developing the next generation, keeping everybody going, keeping everybody in the industry. It is a very unique industry, and when people get in, we want them to stay. And most of the time people do, but it is a very unique industry. I'm sure if we went around the room here, everybody's probably got some story as to how they got into elevators. I was trying to do aerodynamics for Ferrari and somehow I ended up here. But I love it. I've been doing this for 20 years now almost, and wouldn't give it up for anything. So that's my story. I apologize. I'm not sure who I'm passing this off to next, but that's my spiel.
I'll jump in here. Thank you, John, and happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
You too.
My name's Rachel. I'm with Accredited Home Elevator. We just wanted to say thank you for taking the time out of your busy days to join us. I really hope to see each one of you at one of the upcoming conferences or conventions. And now we're going to open up the floor for a Q&A. Just a reminder to put your questions in the group chat and we will respond to you that way. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Quick question. You said ask the questions in chat or ask them on here?
I think we're going to have them in the chat.
You can ask them out loud too if you would like, whichever you prefer.
I had two and they're kind of intertwined. The first one was, can somebody give me a little bit more information on the VTMP program? And I wanted to clarify if you needed to have a CET, already completed to take that program as well.
Jump in, Chad, and answer your question. Our staff member Jessica will reach out to you and get you some information on the VTMP, but the short answer is no. You don't need a CETS or any kind of credentials to enter our VTMP, as it's a management program. And we have two tracks. We have a technical track that's more of an entry-level baseline, what's what for, salespeople. And I know we have a couple VTMP participants and graduates on this call as well. And then we also focus on business courses. So we have 4 technical areas of concentration and 5 business course of concentration. But our staff would love to send you more information and get you connected with our VTMP program.
Thank you. I'm going to put my email address in the chat. If you're a member of that or you've taken those courses, if you don't mind, maybe just giving me a quick shout. I'd like to ask you kind of some overall questions about it. Appreciate your help. Thank you.
Anybody have any questions about the upcoming spring conference, the convention in Atlantic City? Membership?
Do we want to touch on new members, get an opportunity to go to one of those? If you're a contractor member?
Yeah. So if you're a new contractor member with us, fortunately, it's not for suppliers, but contractors only. In your first year of membership with us, you have the opportunity to attend a spring conference or convention for free. So we waive your registration fee. Of course, if you join after the conference, we would honor it for the next conference. So that's kind of a nice perk for contractors. And then also, if you're interested in joining membership, we are running a new member campaign right now. So for 75 days in honor of our 75th anniversary, so this will end on March 22nd, we will only charge half of your membership dues, as well as we are waiving your activation fee. So this is about a $500 savings for joining membership. So if you're interested in that, just let us know. We'll send you the comp code and all the details about that. But if there's no further, oh, go ahead.
Jeff Hansen had a question about the hotel rooms being available for spring conference. I have already booked mine, so I know they're available. Danielle, could you share those dates of, is early bird still going on, or has that closed, or when?
Yeah. So the early bird for spring conference. There's some feedback, sorry. Okay, so the early bird for spring conference actually ends today at midnight, so 11:59. So if you haven't registered for spring conference, make sure to do so to lock in the cheapest rate that we offer for this event. Side note, next gen retreat, we're also doing registration for currently. That event does have a cap to it. So we're only allowing 50 attendees, and we're almost sold out, which is great news. So that early bird will end next Tuesday, the 20th. For both events, because they're happening back to back, their hotel rooms are currently available. You just have to register first, and then you'll get a unique room block link. We have had issues with the host hotel website, unfortunately. So depends on the day. Sometimes it tells you we have rooms, sometimes it doesn't. I did talk to our meeting planner this morning, though. We do still have rooms available, so fear not. If you are having issues, I will say we do not have any rooms available before Sunday. So those went really, really fast. So if you are interested in attending, we only have rooms available from Sunday to Friday. So hopefully that helps.
And for convention, we're going to be opening up the registration in May. So you'll be seeing more information on that. And if anybody's here interested in exhibiting, I can say that the show floor, we're about 98% sold. So if you are interested in exhibiting, please get with either myself or Danielle, and we'll get you signed up.
And Lori, I have a question. This year's show is a United show, right? So what does that mean?
So that means, so every 4 years we do a United show. And what that means is we have the show with Elevator U, with IAEC, which is the Elevator Consultants Group, and the Canadian SECA group. So we consolidate, so they don't have their separate conventions each year, or this year we have it together. So which means we're going to have a greater attendance. We typically have about 3,000 attendees when we have our United year, and it's in Atlantic City. So it's going to be a great show.
Anyone else have any questions? We're happy to take on anything. All right. Well, if there's no more questions, you can always feel free to email any of us, from the Membership Development Committee. Also, the lovely staff at the NAEC is happy to answer any questions that you guys have at any time. And again, thank you so much for, I know Rachel already wrapped up, but I just want to say again, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. It really means a lot. I know you all have crazy busy schedules, so takes the time out of your afternoon to spend with us and learn more about this amazing association really means a lot to us, and we really look forward to seeing you in the future. Thanks, guys.
Thank you all.